fights with passion, and he inspires.
Are you ready for a war?
All right, welcome to the Emergency Monday edition. I got to get on here and clear some stuff up, man. What a day. Yeah, JB got me. Let me clear some stuff up. I was not arrested. I was not charged. I was not walked off the floor. All those things are circulating, so I was like, man, let me get on here and clear the air a little bit about what's going on. I didn't say anything about it because really it was of no importance. And obviously JB took exception. Look, JB and I go back a long time. When he first started his Formula A 7 years ago, I'm the one who kind of educated him on the Formula A process. And like I said, he's far surpassed me years ago. He became much better than I ever was. But we still talk a lot. If I'm coming from an advocate standpoint. Now he's an advocate as well, but I've done a few more cases than him. And so, yeah, over the years, he's become a brother to me. And so he takes things very personal when it comes to me. Now I'm a big boy. I can handle myself, but he just takes things very personal. When I was in Boston, my manager gave me a phone call, and she told me that when I was getting back that Wednesday, that the postal inspectors had asked to speak with me. Of course, in your head, you're going through, I know I didn't do anything at work. I wasn't concerned about that. I've been here 32 years, and I have never been disciplined in 32 years. I've never been given an official discussion in 32 years. And so I wasn't concerned about that. I come in and do my job, and I go home. But I knew with the podcast, hey, I'm the man in the arena. When I talk about being the man in the arena, you'll have those on the outside that will heckle him, and they will chastise him because they are not him. Well, I have chosen to be the man in the arena. I chose that after I started this podcast when I saw how things are going as far as the Postal Service, how they do us, my union, how they do us. And so I chose to do that. And so, you can't create a storm and then bitch about it raining. And so that's what I do. Every Sunday, I pick a fight. And so you can't bitch about getting punched in the face if every Sunday you choose to come on here and pick a fight. And so I kind of knew this was coming. At some point, people are going to say enough is enough of this guy talking to other people, airing our dirty laundry out for everybody to see. At some point, they're going to take a shot at me. So I kind of knew this was coming. And so in your head, you're thinking, what could it be? You got about 4 or 5 scenarios that I'm thinking. It was none of those. It was none of those. I took my assistant shop steward with me. Her name is Sheila Moore. To me, she's one of the best there is. She's the one who I'm trying to talk into doing the podcast for City Letter Carriers, a faith-based podcast. So I felt very secure with her there. I know she's extremely strong in her faith. And so she did a fantastic job. Now, when I get in there, they don't read me any rights. No Garrity, no Miranda, nothing like that. They just say, hey, this is strictly voluntary. You can leave at any time. You don't have to answer any questions. And so they talked about 2 specific things, the arbitrations that I put up about recording those. And I'm not going to get into it because obviously they're not finished with it. That lasted 25 minutes and I was gone. As a matter of fact, I would stick in mail before I went over there and went back to my route, and I've been delivering ever since. I was not put off the clock. That's another thing that's going around. I was not put off the clock. I was not in jail. The retainer part, now JB and I spoke a lot. We spoke a little bit last night, and then we spoke this morning. The retainer part was not for me to get a retainer. It was a retainer for me the next 7 years to do this podcast. And so that's what he was saying was, no, that was a retainer to keep you for 7 years. I'm already going to do this 7 more years. I told you I'm not going anywhere. I will not stop. Nobody will make me stop. Y'all need to understand that. I've got 7 more years to do this podcast, and that's what I'm going to do. If I have to make up stuff to talk about, I'll do that. I have a passion, not for this podcast, but for y'all. And so I'm going to do the podcast. I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's ass. I've done this thing 175 episodes now, and I've not asked for a cent. I've had people that want to advertise. Not doing that. I will not take any money. And that's the reason JB did what he did. He circumvented that by doing this because he knew by the time I found out about it, it'd be too late. And so I love that guy. He's like a brother to me. And we will go through some shit together, let me tell you. And so, hey, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. People were saying when I talked about doing the episode, they're like, hey, man, take it easy on JB. I'm not mad at JB. I'm telling you, that guy is like a blood brother to me. He really is. We have gone through some shit together, man. And I'd put him up against anybody in this country, and that's why I always say that, because I've seen that man in action. The only thing I'm mad about is that he didn't put my intro music on the episode, because I like hearing that intro music when I get into the episode. So he didn't do that, but he didn't know how to, because I said, he edited everything, and I thought he did a fantastic job. I spoke a little bit too much on the front end, but I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was doing a 6-day count stuff. I'm not in this for money. I've said that from the beginning. I'm not in this for money. The thing that troubles me is, and there are those that it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to bitch. And that's just who they are. They're just going to bitch about things. Is that trying to make JB a villain out of all of this. Somebody that was legitimately trying to be kind. And that's what he was telling me last night. Now, how I found out about it, I'm on the couch watching TV. I didn't look at the episode. I didn't listen to the episode. I'm like a lot of y'all. I listen on Monday, even the ones I do, because I'll edit it. But Monday on the route is the first time I'll hear it after it's been edited. And so I'm hearing it for the first time like y'all are, even though I did it. And so I'm just going to wait until Monday when I get on the route, like I said, like a lot of you do. I got a message. Hey, man, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I think so. What's up? Why do you need a retainer? I'm like, well, I don't need a retainer unless you know something I don't. Well, they sent me a screenshot of it, and I knew then that I had been got, But by then, it had blown up. Discord was going crazy. Reddit as well, because JB did a very good job on me. He had already contacted people to put this up when he downloaded the episode, so I give it to him. He's a smart kid. So it was spread like wildfire, but the rumors did as well. But I am fine. I promise you. There's nothing they can do to me. There's nothing they can do to me. I can walk off this job today. I can retire today. I can retire before they fire me. I'm not concerned about anything. Listen, I know that this is going to sound crazy to y'all, but I am a highly faithful individual. I am strong in my faith. I know I don't sound like that because I go crazy on here sometimes, because it's just, I love you so much. And I hate seeing y'all done this way, like my union's doing you and the Postal Service is doing you with everything that's going on. We're kind of caught in the middle in a crossfire. Nobody's protecting the city letter carrier. We're in the middle, stuck, abandoned. And I hate that. And so, yeah, I get touchy and irate. And so, but I am extremely strong in my faith, extremely strong. And one of my favorite songs is I'll Praise You in the Storm. Look, man, I will praise him in the storm, man. Whatever storm I'm going through, I will praise him because I know he's got me. Whatever faith y'all are, if you don't believe it all, I've got you. I've always said, when I go into any kind of arbitration, I don't ask what religion you are, care what color you are. I've got you, because we're all family. Whoever you believe in, whoever you worship to, whoever you pray to, we're all family. But I'm extremely strong in my faith. And so I'm not concerned one bit. I don't worry about things. I have never worried about things. I never have. That's just who I am. I don't concern myself with things. And so I wanted to get on here and talk to y'all about some of these things that are going on. The $300,000. I asked him, I was like, where in the hell did you come up with that figure? And he said to him, that was fuck you money. And so I was like, well, I said, that's a strong figure, my man. And so, he did it out of the kindness of his heart to say thank you. And Postal Inspector's, question me kind of triggered that, because JB and I, we love each other. Like I said, he's my brother. And so if anybody fucks with your brother or sister, you know what's up. It's on. And so, to hear him say that he couldn't sleep, I hated that because I slept like a baby. But him reaching out to try to help, do anything to help me. I appreciate the guy. I'm going to read some things off of Reddit, and this is kind of where we're at as a union. Now, Reddit is different because anybody can get on Reddit. They can make a profile, whatever, and they can get on there. Now, what happens is you got a lot of people that are not fans of me or the CLC or anything like that. They can get on there, and they're able to say whatever they want to say, and people start trashing them. I don't run Reddit, so I don't control what's being said or what's being put up. I don't run Reddit. Somebody else runs Reddit. They made that Reddit page. They asked me if they could. I said yes. And so they do a very good job of it. But I have no control over what goes on Reddit, just like Discord. I have no control about what goes on Discord because somebody else made that for me. They asked if they could, and I said yes. And both of those things are crushing it right now. But I wanted to read some things to you. Now, remember, this is JB, just trying to help a brother out, just to say thank you. It's nothing more than that. Like I said, I'm not in any need of an attorney yet. I wasn't in trouble. Nobody said anything to me afterwards. Hasn't said anything yet. Now, I'm sure that they went back and regrouped and are going to try to come back after me. But that's going to be a constant. Like I said, I cannot sit here and make a storm every Sunday and then bitch about it raining. I have chosen to do that. I'd speak to newspapers. And I'll say that. I was in one the other day. Because who's going to do that for us? You had Mr. Eddie Davidson did that, but who's going to stand in that gap for the city letter care and make people aware of the things that are going on for us? I'm going to use this platform I've got. This podcast has gotten quite popular, believe it or not, just me on here talking crazy. But it's gotten quite popular. A lot of different unions are listening to it, a lot of different avenues for us to talk to people. I'm going to use that platform. I just am. Some people hate that. Some people quit listening to me because of that. I'm going to use the platform that God has given me to tell people about the working conditions of the city letter carrier. And that's just the fucking way it's going to be. But, so JB, he does something out of the goodness of his heart. He says, hey, we're going to override Corey, saying he ain't going to take no money. And we're going to do a GoFundMe. I had a lot of people reach out and say, why don't he do this and that? JB, he doesn't have social media. And so he probably knows of none of this other stuff. Here's here's some of the things that were said, just to let you know what's going on. This guy, why on earth would JB set an absurd goal like $300,000? Like I said, JB said he wanted fuck you money to show both sides that we weren't fucking around. This flies in the face of everything Corey and the CLC are talking about. Casuals were already bitching that the CLC was asking for donations. No, we don't have casuals anymore. And then this gets posted. Come the fuck on. Now, here's this Cincy mailman. He's one of the ones that comes on here just to be a bitch about stuff. Exactly. It's moronic at best. I suspect it's them blatantly taking advantage of their followers, though, which is pretty fucked up, obviously. So, again, JB makes the number 300,000. He said that's fuck you money. We're not going to reach that. I don't even care about what the goal is. But that's how people feel. We're taking advantage of people. You don't have to listen to my podcast. It's free. There's no requirement to listen. You don't have to give a penny. There's no requirement to give a penny. How are we taking advantage of anybody? I don't get that, but here's some more stuff. Here's another one. Don't you think some people donated under false pretenses? Hell, there was one person commenting and replying a bunch saying you were in trouble and needed money. Why was the goal set at $300,000? Oops, my bad, I'm fine isn't a good enough excuse. Also, I find it very ironic that you guys would even have the gall to ask for money, seeing as how your entire movement has been carried on the backs by the people complaining that they have no money. This entire thing is odd. At best, it's odd. So somebody crushed his ass about economics, and he says, bro, what? Get out of here with this nonsense. This is turning batshit crazy. Corey says he does it out of love every damn show. Just kidding, apparently. He needs your money now, too. He should refund everyone's money. This can't even be legal. It's absolutely 100% unethical. I said, I don't need your money. He says, what is the GoFundMe for exactly? Why is this such a mystery? And I think JB did a very good job of talking about it last night. And he says, it's crazy when you let people comment seemingly on your behalf because you let the comments stand. Of course, I don't control Reddit. that you need this money for some sort of legal defense, which was never said. It's wildly unethical, and you should know that. What does the podcast need $300,000 for? I don't need any money whatsoever. I don't need a penny. And why not be transparent? I think JB did a good job of being transparent, especially when you're fighting for the very thing. Podcast needs a certain piece of equipment. Okay, fine. What is it? How much does it cost? See the difference? I've got the same $100 microphone I've had for the last 3 years. So this is just an offering. And a lot of these young folks here were duped under false pretense. It's highly unethical, in my opinion. So there's a bunch of comments like that people just took offense to the fact that JB would say, hey, I'm going to do something out of love for my brother Corey. And for everybody to say, hey, we appreciate you. There's no false pretenses. I don't need your money. So, and I've said that from the very beginning. But JB, after the postal inspectors came in, said, hey, enough's enough of that. My man's putting his neck on the line every week. And so we're going to show him some love. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. Like I said, it's no legal fees. I don't have a retainer fee, anything like that. I'm going to do this podcast for 7 more years, period. I'm going to do one for the CLC, free of charge. I'll use my time on Sundays to do that. I work 6 days a week at the post office. The only day off I have is Sunday. If I do a 2-hour episode, that's 4 hours. If I do another one for the CLC, that's another however long that I have on my Sunday. I have never asked for a penny, and I never will. That's just the way it is. I remember when I was at the jail, there was an officer named Dorsey, and he worked upstairs with the trustees, down on the bottom floor where all the inmates and then the trustees work on the second floor. One night, they have a free-for-all, and you can hear it. If you ever worked at the jail, you know what I'm talking about. It was a free-for-all upstairs. And so we take off running because we know that some people's getting their ass beat. And so when we run up the stairs, Dorsey, the guy who works up there, he's holding the door open, telling us it's down there on the left, it's down there on the left. And I may have talked about this years ago. And so we get in there, and, of course, everybody's beating the hell out of everybody. So we jump in there, man, and we take care of it. You will have those that run to the fight. Y'all remember that? You'll have those that run to the fight. And you'll have those on the outside that point at people, talking about how they fight. That's these people on Reddit. This is a cult. Because we help people. I had 2 people send me things today. One says, hey, because of you and JB, we want a 7-day and a 14-day suspension, and he sent them to me. Another person sent me another settlement. He said, hey, thanks for the podcast. We were able to win this. That's going to the fight. That's what this podcast is about. But you will have those, like these bitches on Reddit, that will point at those that are in the arena. They will talk about those that are in the fight because they've never fought for anything. It is foreign to them that somebody could be kind to somebody. It's foreign to them to put others in front of yourself. They would never know what that's about. Like it, don't like it, JB did something he thought was right. I'm not mad at him for it. I'm just not. I mean, I love that guy. He's like I said, he's like a brother. But here on this podcast, I will put y'all in front of me. And I do that every week. Every week I pick a fight. I pick a fight with somebody. Because I'm going to put the city letter carrier in front of myself. I have nothing to lose. Like I said, I can walk out today and retire. But again, I am a deeply religious person. I don't sound like it a lot of times. But I'm fine. I promise you. I'm fine. But when it comes time to protect my people, my city letter carriers, I will rise the fuck up. I will rise the fuck up to protect y'all. And that's all this is about. Like it, don't like it, listen, don't listen. I'm not going to change who I am. I will always be the same person. You will always have those hecklers that are in the stands heckling. Why are you doing that? Because they don't understand that one guy said, hey, I want to show my man some love. And that's all it is. It's nothing more than that. A lot of people, what are you going to do with that much money? I ain't decided nothing yet. I ain't got no money. I hadn't even looked at it. I had some people send me screenshots, but I hadn't even looked at it. And that's the honest to God's truth. On my family, I've not looked at that. that's what I wanted to get on here and talk about, is that I'm fine. Everything's good. The postal inspectors talked to me last Wednesday, asked a few questions, maybe 25 minutes. I was gone, was not walked off the clock. I will continue to do this podcast. Nothing's going to change that. I'll continue to fight for the city letter carriers. Nothing's going to change that. I will continue to answer emails, calls, texts, and everything. Nothing's going to change that. I will continue to put the Postal Service's business out there for everybody to see. Nothing's going to change that. I will continue to fight against my union for not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Nothing's going to change that. I will never charge you a penny. Nothing's going to change that. I am who I am. I am who I've been these last 175 episodes and who I'll be for the next 7 years. I will not change for anybody. But, my man, JB, I love the guy dearly. He said that he had been wanting to do this for a while. So, hell, he got me. But that's all there is to it, man. That's all there is to it. I know a lot of people want to make something out of it, that I'm taking advantage of people. I'm not taking advantage of anybody because you don't have to give a penny. I have been wanting to travel around. People have been asking if I could come to their branch. Their branches can't afford it. Well, I can't either, but I can use it for that. It won't be political. It will not be on the CLC's behalf. It's just me going to branches and talking to them. A lot of people have asked if I could do that, and I'll do that. So I may use it for that. You never know. I don't know how much I'm going to get. But I will never charge anything. That's a promise. A lot of people saying, hey, he's gotten on here and he's doing, merchandise sales and running for office, which he said he wouldn't do. And I've talked about that. I've not made a penny off of any merchandise sale either. But you'll have those that all they do is they hate. They hate. They're bitter because they're losers. And that's all they've ever been. That's all they ever will be. They're losers. We build warriors here. We build fighters. Nobody's listening to this because they're candy asses, right? They're wanting to be warriors. They're wanting to educate themselves to be fighters. And that's what I've always said. We train warriors here. So you have those that refuse to fight. They will be against this podcast, like these bitches on Reddit. You have those that will never be in the arena. They will always be in the stands, heckling those of us that are fighting. And we do fight, and we will continue to do that. Like I said, I've just gotten started on this podcast. 7 more years y'all got me. That was the retainer. But he didn't need to do that because I'm going to be on here 7 years anyway. And I'll continue to use my time and my resources and my money to do it. As crazy as that sounds, I'm just crazy. But I love the city letter carrier, and I've said it, and I'll continue to say it, and I'll continue to prove it. I put my money where my mouth is every Sunday. I come on here trying to educate y'all about things that are going on across the country, educate y'all on contractual issues, educate y'all on memos that are coming out. Hopefully it helps. A lot of people are listening, so I think it is. But I love each and every one of you, especially JB. I'm not mad at him. Just make sure you get that intro music on there the next time, right? I got one shout out. Somebody sent me today. I told him I'd do it. So let's get this one, and then we'll be done with it. This is a good one. I like this one. It says, I'd like to give a shout out to branch 1414 from Washington State, Kitsap Peninsula. The branch has several new up-and-coming, fire-breathing out of the ass, angry stewards who are ready for battle. Next, branch 1414 wants to thank the Region 2 office, who helps our branch with whatever we ask for. They answer calls and send us everything we've requested. We have a few members from branch 1414 who want to give a special thanks to the From 8 arbitration team, especially Walton, JB, Cole, John, Mallory, Charlie, Vassar, Cariff, each member of Discord who answers questions and helps the members. We're all in this together. The lines are coming. We're hungrier than ever. Amen on that. So there's another shout out, all right? Make sure you're getting on Reddit and Discord. Those things are thumping right now. Also, the Facebook From 8 Arbitration community. Get on that. It's growing like crazy. I think it's almost 900 people already on that. And from 8arbitration.com. Get on there. Some fantastic stuff. Get your shirts. I don't get any of that money. That goes to MDA. And but we'll let the haters hate, man. We're going to keep doing what we do because it's for the city letter carrier, right? I don't have to defend myself to anybody. The proof is in the pudding as far as this podcast is concerned. The education that we've done is unlike anything else the NELC has done, right? And so we'll keep doing it. We'll keep doing it, and we'll do it for the CLC as well. So there you are. Just wanted to get some things out, to straighten up some things. Didn't go to jail. Don't need an attorney. Didn't get walked off the floor. My health is great. Knock on wood. They just talked to me for about 25 minutes, and I was on my way, went right back and finished my route. All right. So I'm sure that will be continued, and we'll talk about it then. All right. I love JB dearly. I really do. I mean, that guy's a brother to me, and so he got me, and he did a good job because, hell, I'm thinking, here's this guy coming in going to talk some boring-ass shit on 6-day counts, and he did not. He did not. He'd set me up. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all Sunday with Mr. James Henry, all right? Monday, I will get on here and do those sites. I need to get that done. I've lost a week now because of JB not doing it, but I love the guy. But I got to get that done. 6-day counts are coming. So I'm going to do the sites Monday. Mr. Cariff is going to come on in September early. I think it's the 8th. It's the 22nd. I was close. He'll be on the 22nd to answer more of y'all's questions because I got a bunch. And, hey, man, we're going to keep rolling, all right? So there you are, the emergency episode for Monday. I love y'all dearly, and I'll talk to y'all Sunday, all right? Bye.